Okay, so this is a short demo of the alpha release of the app. This is the box, the Minix Neo box that we're currently using. So it's a small form factor, and we have it connected here to the monitor, which is a simulation of the TV screen, and there's the remote control and the camera that we're using to record the QR codes. So now we're going to basically install the app from scratch. So we're going to download it from this URL. We don't have it in the store yet. We're going to install the main application. And this is now the login screen of the main app. We're going to log in with a demo account. And now we're at the home screen of the app. We don't have any fancy buttons yet. This is just to show the basic functionalities. So now we're going to install some drivers. We use drivers to interact with external devices. And if we go under settings, we see there's no drivers yet installed. We're going to add one. And we have three options. The first one is going to be, we're going to use a camera to read the code. And we have a code here. It's a barcode. And we're going to show how this works. Try it again. Okay, so this is the download screen. Now we confirm that we want to install the driver, and it has been installed, and it immediately pops up here as a heart rate. So this is our sample driver that demonstrates all the capabilities, all the functionalities that the driver can have. Now we can push the button. Let's try and install another one without the camera by just entering the text. We're going to install another one by entering its code. So it fetches the URL, it downloads the application, the driver application. And this one doesn't have a settings button, so it's not visible here under the settings, but it will be visible under the measurements. So now let's try to change some settings for the heart rate. The heart rate driver. Here we can change the period with which the heart rate monitor sends the data, and this is how the master application, the main application, communicates with the driver, and what you've seen was the response from the driver. So the driver told us that the settings were accepted. Now we can go back to home screen, and under measurements we see that we have two drivers that we've just installed. One is the heart rate that we've also set up, and the other one is the oximeter that didn't have any settings. So let's try to open the heart rate. What we get now is a dialog that was provided by the driver. And this was the sample driver that generates the data itself. This data is used for testing, and it can be used to extend this driver by third parties into anything they want to support. So we can push the start button. The driver notifies us that the measurement's been started. And this is the feedback that we get from the driver itself. So this feedback comes actually from the server. So the driver sends the data to the sync module sends it to the backend sends it back to the box to display in a nice chart. this sending of data now also happens in the background. So the box is now sending the data to the server, and we can verify this again here. It's visible in a full screen mode, and we can also verify the same thing in a web browser on any computer. So we're going to show you another thing, which is just logging into a doctor's dashboard on a computer. That's a different computer. And we're going to select a patient and click the real-time measurements. And what's going to happen is we're going to see the same live feed from the backend. The data being streamed, so it's the same data being streamed on both screens. So now if we stop the measurement, the data flow will stop. We'll go to measurements, click the heart rate, and stop the measurement. We get the message that the measurement was stopped, and now it's been stopped on both screens. So this was the demonstration of the alpha release of the application that was running on the box itself.